So I'm going to go into the theory here of deep stalls. Okay, so a deep stall is basically an advanced, very technical type of stall. It's not like a regular stall where you lose lift like this and you go down, and then you live like the air gets disturbed over the wings as it flies forward, and the plane starts to do this. It starts that what I showed there was actually kind of a deep stall, but where it does that, that is a regular type of stall. The definition of a deep stall, I would say, my own definition of a deep stall would be it's a condition in which there is it usually happens in fighter jets, or like the F-16, unfortunately, that if the angle of attack gets really high, like this here, okay, the angle of attack gets really high. I don't know if is there autofocus on this. I think there is. If the angle of attack gets super high like this, okay, super high like this, you like go down to like zero airspeed or whatever, and the plane starts to fall backwards like this, back straight down towards the ground in upwards position, you can get into a deep stall. So a deep stall is basically there is so little airflow over the wings that literally you become a brick, you become a rock. There is so little airflow over the wings that there's not enough airflow over the stabilator. So this here, there's not enough airflow over the stabilator to for nose down to really force the nose down so you can get airspeed. So like when you're in a regular stall like this, you usually are fast enough, 111 knots or whatever, 112, 120 knots, 130 knots, 140 knots. You're usually in a condition in which you can use the nose down you can use the elevator and put the nose down to gain the airspeed again. But in a deep stall, there is so little airflow over the wings that there is not enough airflow over the control surfaces to help you get out of it. Okay. At least that would be my definition of it. Any aerodynamic physicists out there would probably have a way better, more technical definition of a deep stall than I do. The best way I can explain a deep stall and what it looks like is the old version of Top Gun. I know in the cold start video, I already made a clip, or I didn't make a clip, obviously, but I didn't, it's Top Gun. The clip that I used in that video, I'm just going to use again here because it's a really good example of what a deep stall looks like. Okay, so yeah, you remember when Maverick and Goose flying at Iceman's jet wash and they start spinning down toward the ground, really rapidly and aggressively.
Maverick's getting impatient, Ice. Come on, take the shot. 10 more seconds, then I've got him. Come on, Ice, get the hell out of there. Let's do it, Mav. Ice, come off high right. I'm in. 5 more seconds. Come off high right, Ice. I'm in. I'm off. Shit. We're in his jet wash. Oh, shit. This is not good. Shit, we got a flame out, Mav. Engine 1 is out. Engine 2 is out. Goose, I'm losing control. I can't control it. It won't recover. Shit. Come on up, Mav. We're out of control. This is not good. Mayday, mayday. Mav's in trouble. He's in a flat spin. He's heading out to sea. Altitude 8,000, 7,000, 6. We're at 6, Mav. A pin forward, Goose. I can't reach the ejection handle. Goose, you're gonna have to punch us out. I can't reach the ejection handle. Eject. I'm trying. Eject.
That is a perfect example of what a deep stall looks like. Okay, that's a more advanced, more technical, more difficult, more complex version. It's one of the categories of deep stalls. Um, that it's a more complex category of deep stalls that I would categorize. It's a spinning deep stall. So those are extremely dangerous. They're way more technical to get out of. They are way more dangerous. In fact, I would say that those are the most dangerous. One of the most dangerous. That's what a deep stall. That's a spinning deep stall. What they were in. They were in, I believe, a left. They were in a left-hand, left spinning deep stall. So there are four categories of deep stalls. At least I would categorize them into four parts. Upright non-spinning deep stall, okay, and then an upright spinning deep stall, okay. That's the second version that I would say. It's either left or right, doesn't matter. Spinning is spinning. And then the third would be a inverted non-spinning deep stall. And then the fourth would be a inverted spinning deep stall. I would say those are the most dangerous, the inverted spinning deep stalls. But if I understand correctly, don't quote me on this, I'm not entirely sure, I haven't really tested this, because I've never been in an inverted spinning deep stall or anything like that, or even I've been in an inverted deep stall, uh, uh, but not an inverted spinning deep stall. So like, I think that the inverted non-spinning deep stall is actually easier, slightly easier to get out of than the upright non-spinning deep stall. I could be wrong with that, I'm not sure. At least in the F-16, I would say a spinning or a non-spinning inverted deep stall would be easier to get out of, just due to the elevator or the stabilizer deflection upwards or whatever. You know how much the elevator can deflect upwards, and the fact that, well, it really depends on how much airflow is going over the wings. If there's not much airflow going over the wings, you're pretty much out of luck in that regard. So this is what. So again, if you go basically to get into a deep stall, you go straight up like this here, and then throttle to idle, and then you basically do this, and then the jet. So what will happen is when you go up like this, and you go pretty much to your airspeed shows 0 or whatever, you'll start to go down, and then the jet will start to do this. Nose will come down, and then it will start to rock up and down like this as it falls almost straight down to the ground. So that's why it's so dangerous. It literally does this. But a lot of the time, so if you're at like 0% airspeed, so if you have like no airspeed at all, I would say it's pretty much impossible to get out of the deep stall. You might as well just eject. But if you, sometimes your deep stalls can be anywhere from, your airspeed will show anywhere from 30 knots to like 90 knots to like 115 knots, 120 knots, something like that. And it will be rocking like this, okay? Up and down, up and down. There might be a slight roll oscillation too, like this. Okay, so that's what it would look like in the jet. So you'd be basically doing this. You'd be going forward a little bit slowly, but you'd be doing this. And no matter how much throttle you give, even full afterburner, it's not going to do jack shit. And no control surface movements, roll or pitch or rudder even, is going to even do anything for you. But there is a way to get out of it, okay? So if you have, we'll turn the jet this way. If you have, let me zoom in here. Actually, you know what? It's too complicated to zoom in with this thing right now. So if you, I know it's going to be a little bit blurry, but basically what the idea of getting out of a deep stall is, basically what you need to do, the idea is the oscillation up and down like this, right? This oscillation that's happening, the idea to get out of the deep stall, at least if it's a upright non-spinning deep stall, okay? This is an upright non-spinning deep stall here, okay? So the way to get out of this is the key is, as the nose, it's all about timing. As the nose oscillates upwards, you go full back. So full back stick, okay? As the nose oscillates upwards. But you got to time it right. And also throttle will do nothing for you. You might as well be at idle power. Throttle will do nothing for you. Don't go full afterburner because you'll just waste your gas, okay? It's not going to do anything for you. You can go full mill if you really want, or maybe half throttle, but don't go full throttle, okay? Don't go full afterburner because you'll just deplete your gas and it's not going to do anything, okay? So what you need to do is, as the nose oscillates up in an upright non-spinning deep stall, stick back all the way, yank back on that stick, and then the nose will start to drop. As it drops below the horizon, full forward stick, okay? Full forward stick. And then it will keep doing that. Oscillate up, back stick, oscillate down, forward stick, okay? So you got to do this, okay? You got to, basically the idea is to roll, and if you can, roll the jet too. Try to get, if there's an oscillation left and right, try to roll the jet. So if it oscillates to the right, let me do it this way. If it oscillates to the right, although that shows left for you for some reason, that's kind of weird. I don't know if this is, it's kind of weird. But whichever direction this is oscillating, okay? I don't know because the camera is being weird right now. It's like showing opposite. That's weird. From what I'm doing. But like, if it oscillates to the right, for me this is to the left. For you this is to the left too, which is really fucking weird. It should be to the right, I guess. I don't know what's going on there. Everything's flipped, but whatever. So whichever direction it oscillates, put full stick in that direction, okay? So for me, if it oscillates this way, so for you, I'm guessing if this is oscillating left for you, then full stick left. If this is showing to the right, then full stick to the right, okay? So whichever direction the wings are tilting, stick in that direction, okay? So the main key is to get the nose down. That is the most important thing, okay? Nose down to the ground, and really down to the ground, almost vertical like this, okay? So what you need to do, the goal is to get out of this oscillation motion and keep the nose down, pointed towards the ground, okay? Now one thing before I continue, for deep stalls recoveries, you need a lot of altitude, a lot, like 28, like Angel's 20,000 feet, okay, above ground level. That's what you need to get out of this kind of stuff, okay? You need like 20,000 feet to get out of this. Like 20,000, like 20,000 feet minimum, you know? 10,000 feet, you're fucked, unless you're really lucky. Basically, the idea is you want to, if you can oscillate, so you can, there's different ways to get out of it, okay? There's different ways to get out of it. You can either oscillate back, forward, until the nose stays down, okay? And when it stays down, you keep that stick forward. If the oscillation stops for whatever reason, keep that stick forward and then give 4 afterburner, okay? Keep that nose down and then give 4 afterburner, okay? And then make sure you have enough airspeed, so past stall speed, way past stall speed, you know, past 200 knots, 250 knots, and then slowly back on the stick, you know, slowly back on the stick to get out of that, to get out of the stall. So basically, once the difficult thing about deep stalls is the oscillation. Once you get that nose pointed down, the recovery is exactly the same as a basic stall recovery, so regular stall. So keep that nose down, full throttle, get that airspeed up, then slowly bring the nose up and fly off, okay? So that's a upright non-spinning deep stall. So again, the idea is to get the nose down, whether inverted or not, it doesn't matter. If you have a raw oscillation, try, if you can't really, if you're having trouble getting out of the oscillation pitch, try to roll the jet left and right. Try anything you can to get that nose pointed down. Bank the wings. If you can bank the wings, your nose is automatically going to come down like this. And then your nose is pointing down. So then you can give full throttle and get out. Okay? If you can roll the jet inverted, if you can do this and roll the jet inverted, that's even better. Okay? But be very careful with this, because if it's inverted and you're low, you need to be able to get airspeed, roll the wings, get airspeed, roll the wings, and then fly off. So you need enough air altitude for that. Okay, like, again, you need a lot of altitude to get out of this shit. Okay, that's why this shit's so dangerous. So again, one last time: upright non-spinning deep stall. Nose goes up, back stick. Nose goes down to the ground, forward stick. Back stick, forward stick. Nose stays down. Keep forward stick, full throttle, and then slight back stick to get out. Okay? So that's how you do that. So that's how you get out of an upright, non-spinning deep stall. Now, the next thing you have is a upright spinning deep stall. This is what Maverick and Goose were in. They were in a spinning, upright, spinning deep stall. Like this, okay? So for a spinning deep stall, upright spinning deep stall, the concept is the same, okay? You're going to be oscillating like this. It's going to be the same thing pretty much as an upright non-spinning deep stall. The only difference is you can do spinning left or right, okay? And it may be a little bit of a spin, or it may be a lot of spin. What you need to do first is, the idea is to point the nose down, okay? The idea is to point the nose down. That is your number one goal, is to get that nose down and stay down toward the ground. Get the nose down toward the ground, okay? That's the most important thing. Now, if you're in a spin, the way to counteract the spin is to use the rudder, okay? Use the rudder. Use the rudder. And if you're in a left-hand spin, well, this to you, it's right for whatever reason, but if you're in a left-hand spin, rudder left, full left, okay? Rudder full left, if you're in a left-hand spin, rudder full right, okay? Rudder full right, opposite, okay? Opposite rudder to the direction of the spin to counter the spin and get that spin stopped, okay? Once the spin is stopped, you then get out of the oscillation of an upright non-spinning deep stall, okay? So you need to counter the spin first. Now, what if you can't counter the spin? Try anything you can. And I would say try anything you can to the extreme. If you're spinning to the left or right or whatever, and you can't get out of the spin, you can't stop the spin, try to use the spin to your advantage. Try to use the spin and bank the wings in the direction of the spin. So if you're spinning, well, for me, to the left, okay? If you're spinning to the left, this is left to me, okay? If it's right for you, then you're spinning to the right. Stick in the full direction of the spin. Stick in the direction of the spin. That's if you can't counter the spin and stop the spin with the rudder alone. If the rudder's doing jack shit, then use the flaperons in the direction of the spin to try to bank those wings, get those wings banked. And while doing this, you are also pulling back and forward with the oscillation. So you're like doing something like you're basically doing you're going left, back, forward, and you're doing that, okay? You're trying to you might be even doing this. It's very complicated. It gets very complicated. It really boils down to what situation you are in. If your jet is spinning to the left, try to roll to the left, okay? If it's oscillating left and right, remember, if it's oscillating left and right, stick left as it rolls left, stick right as it rolls right, okay? Try to roll it inverted, try to do anything you can to get that nose down toward the ground, okay? That's the most important thing. That's going to save your life if you get that nose down toward the ground and you get enough airspeed. So that's how you do that, okay? So again, to counter the spin, rudder in the opposite direction, okay? Opposite direction of the spin if you're upright, okay? Rudder in the opposite direction of the spin if you're upright, okay? So that's how you get out of that. It's really complicated. This is all theory. It'd be much easier for me to show you on the actual on DCS. Now in DCS, I won't be getting into inverted. I won't be getting into inverted deep stalls because I honestly do not know how to cause one. Not gonna lie, I might try to cause one in DCS World when we fly here, but I don't know. I'm gonna try. If I can't get one to work, then I would just not do one. But the concept is the same. So that's upright non-spinning and upright spinning. Okay. Now, if you're inverted and you're in an inverted non-spinning deep stall like this, okay, concept is the same. Reason why I say this is a little bit easier to get out of, I think, is because you have more deflection with the elevator up than if you had it down, okay? So if you're in an upright non-spinning deep stall, whether it's oscillation or whatever, so if you're in an upright inverted non-spinning deep stall, things are a little bit weird because upwards to you is the ground, not the sky. Downwards to you is the sky, so it's weird, not the ground. So it's weird. Everything's kind of reversed. So what you need to do is, as the nose points down to the ground, this is where it gets opposite. As the nose points up towards the ground, okay, because the ground's going to be up if you're inverted, okay. It's really hard to visualize this, because that's why it's theory. It's really hard to visualize this, so that's why I'm going to use the simulator to show you how this works, if I can cause one, okay. If the nose points up towards the ground, back stick, full back stick, okay, and then it's going to oscillate downwards for the pilot, okay? It's going to oscillate downwards in pitch for the pilot. So, like this. So, you go full stick in that regard. So, back, forward, back, aft, forward, okay? And you want to get that nose down towards the ground, okay? So, eventually, if you can do it properly, you can get that nose, and also if you're in a raw oscillation, still try to roll the jet, because if you roll the jet, try to roll on its 90, because if you roll it on its 90, whichever direction, the nose will automatically start falling down towards the ground, okay? Or up towards the ground in this case. And that will give you enough nose down attitude to go full throttle and roll the wings and get out of it, okay? So back, forward, and then if you can get that jet, if you can get the nose down or up for the pilot, as far as the hood is concerned, upwards for the pilot, if you get that nose staying down towards the ground, keep that nose there, keep the back stick, then full throttle, okay? Full throttle. Once you're at a relatively safe airspeed, roll those wings back level and slight backstick to fly off, okay? Slight backstick to fly off. But remember, don't go full throttle and keep it there constantly, because you're going to gain so much airspeed that you're basically just going to become a rocket and just go straight down to the ground. So once you have enough airspeed to go past stall speed, okay, I would do throttle to at least 50%, if not a little bit less, okay? Well, not on the RPM, but 50% throttle travel, okay? So like here, and then basically make it so that you don't gain so much airspeed that when you roll out and you try to pull back, that you are pulling 9Gs trying to get out of it, and you recover at fucking 100 feet above the ground, okay? Because if you just keep that nose down, whether it's upright or not, and you just keep full throttle, full afterburner, you're going to gain, this is a fast jet, you're going to gain so much airspeed that it becomes extremely dangerous, if not more dangerous than the store itself. And this is the same thing with basic stores too. So if you go full afterburner and you just keep it there like that, you're going to gain so much airspeed that you're going to have to pull pretty hard to get out of it safely and not lose so much altitude. So basically the afterburner is there so you can get enough airspeed over the wings so that you have control back in the jet, and then you can even pull the throttle back to idle. Okay, that's what I would do. I would pull the throttle back to idle once you're past stall speed and you kept that nose down and long enough, okay, so that you had control back in the jet. Then throttle back to idle, slowly back on the stick to fly off. And the same thing here. Again, if you're doing this, and then the nose, if you're doing this, okay, and nose stays there, keep that back stick, and then full throttle, and then once you're able to roll the wings level, throttle idle, and then fly off, because you're going to gain enough airspeed in that regard at that point that you don't need full afterburner anymore. You can do throttle idle if you want. That's what I would do. I don't know if that's what you should do. The idea is you want to lose the least amount of altitude as possible, and not over G the aircraft trying to pull out of it, okay? So that's in the inverted non-spinning deep stall. And if you want to roll again, roll left or right, okay? Get that nose pointing down to the ground, and then keep it there, like that, okay? And when you have enough airspeed and full throttle, then you do that, and you fly off, okay? That's obviously exaggerated. You wouldn't fly off like this because you would probably get into another stall. So you'd fly off like that, okay? Now lastly, inverted spinning deep stall. Okay? Like this, okay? Inverted spinning deep stall like that, okay? And the other direction like this, okay? So the weird thing is, the inverted spinning deep stall is actually a little bit different. In fact, it is 100% opposite. Countering the spin in an inverted deep stall is exactly 100% opposite to countering the spin in a upright spinning deep stall. So with an upright spinning deep stall, you push the rudder pedal in the opposite direction to the spin. So if you're spinning, let's say to the left, I don't know if this is right or left for you. For me, looking at the camera, it looks to the right. But whichever direction it is, rudder in the opposite direction, okay, of the spin. When you're inverted, to counter the spin, you need to do the rudder in the same direction of the spin. I know it sounds very counterintuitive and weird, but if you think about it, if you have the rudder, and let's say you move the rudder to the left, okay, it's hard for me to visualize this because it's hard for me to explain this right now, and I can't really use my hand as an example because I don't know what my camera's doing right now. It's being weird. I'd have to look back at the footage, but if you go rudder left, okay, if the rudder's to the left, okay, the rudder's to the left, okay, rudder's to the left, and you keep the rudder to the left the whole time, okay, and you slowly roll the jet inverted, which direction is that rudder pointing? It's not pointing to the left anymore, it's actually pointing to the right, okay? Okay, it's pointing in the opposite direction. So, and it's the same thing if the rudder is to the right. If you're going rudder right, and you slowly invert the jet, that rudder is going to be then to the left, okay? Going right rudder, okay? The rudder surface, control surface, is going to be to the left inverted, okay? It's going to look and view to the left. It's going to affect the air as if you were doing rudder left when you're actually doing rudder right, okay? It's really hard to visualize and explain because I don't know what orientation the camera's actually going to be recording in. So I don't know if everything's reversed or not, so I can't, it's hard for me to tell right now. So that means if you're inverted and you're spinning to the right, okay? And when I say to the right, I mean to the right from the pilot's perspective, okay? From an inverted perspective, okay? It's really hard for me to explain this right now. It's really hard to visualize this, I know, but imagine you're in the cockpit and you're inverted, okay? Imagine you're viewing in the cockpit as the pilot. Everything's gonna be opposite, right? Ground's gonna be above you, sky's gonna be below you, right? Same thing with the spinning, slightly. If you're in the cockpit and you're spinning in the cockpit to the right, okay, everything is, you're spinning to the right. Everything is going from right to left on the outside. Everything's going from right to left, and you're spinning to the right. You need to give full right rudder, okay? You need to give full right rudder, not left rudder, right rudder to counter the spin, okay? Full right rudder, because that, in reality, if you go full right rudder, sorry, I'm trying to visualize this myself, it's why it's difficult. If you go full right rudder, and everything's going from right to left when you're inverted, okay? All the trees and stuff are going from right to left on the cockpit or whatever. If you go full right rudder, you will actually be countering that spin, because I know it sounds opposite, but it is, okay? That's the key. It's opposite. Everything's opposite. Everything's reversed. That's why inverted spinning deep stalls are extremely fucking dangerous. I think they're the most dangerous, to be honest, because pilots have to remember that they need to go full right rudder if they're in a right spin where everything's going right to left. They need to go full right rudder to counter the spin, because again, you're upright and you go full right rudder and you slowly visualize the jet going like this. That rudder control surface is now pointing to the left. So if you're in a right spin, if you want to spin to the right, and if you're in an upright spinning deep stall and you're spinning to the right, you go left rudder to counter it, right? That's what you want. You want that rudder control surface pointing to the left to counter a right spin, okay? In a whichever direction, whether it's inverted or upright, you want the rudder control surface pointing to the left for the airflow hitting it, okay? You want it pointing to the left in order to counter the spin for a right spinning, for a right hand spinning deep stall, whether it's upright or inverted. And then finally, for a if it's inverted left hand spinning deep stall, full left rudder, okay? That will push the rudder control surface to the right in that case, countering the spin, okay? And then once you counter the spin, then you worry about the oscillation, rolling it and everything, rolling at 90 degrees or whatever, and then taking care of the oscillation, getting that nose down, keeping it down, and full throttle, past the stall speed, then roll the wings, level, and fly off. So, in summary, for a upright non-spinning deep stall, as the nose goes up, full back stick. As the nose goes down, full forward stick. Try to roll if you have oscillation. Try to get that nose down, okay? And then once the nose keeps down, full throttle, and then once you pass the stall speed, slight back stick, and fly off. If you're on an upright spinning deep stall, whether it's left or right, okay, doesn't matter. Whether it's left or right, to counter the spin, rudder in the opposite direction, okay? Opposite direction of the spin in an upright spinning deep stall, okay? Rudder in the opposite direction. So upright, opposite. Upright, opposite, okay? Remember that. Upright, opposite rudder, okay? Inverted, same procedure. Nose goes to the ground, back stick, nose goes to the sky, forward stick. This is inverted non-spinning. Once that nose stays down to the ground, full throttle, roll if necessary to get that nose to the ground if you're having trouble. And then full power, roll once you have enough speed, roll the jet upright and then fly off, okay? And then inverted spinning, whether left or right, doesn't matter. Rudder in the same direction of the spin, okay? Rudder in the same direction of the spin, inverted. So inverted, same. Inverted, same, okay? So to summarize, for spinning deep stalls, upright, opposite. Upright, opposite. Inverted, spinning. Inverted, same. Inverted, same. Okay? So upright, opposite. Inverted, same. Okay? So that's the theory of it. I know it's very hard to understand. It's very complex. It's very hard to visualize, especially for me teaching you, because I don't know what my camera's doing right now. I don't know if the video you're going to see is inverted or not. So I know that was long, but that was the theory of it. That's how you get out of it. That's how you use cause one and shit like that. Remember, to cause one, you just go up, idle power, and then you start to do this, okay? For an inverted, it's tricky, but I guess you would do this. Like go up like this, and then like this. So you go up like this, roll the wings, and then you'd be in an invert, I would think, okay? I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna try in DCS, but I don't know. Alright guys, so that's the theory of it. I hope it made sense. I know it's extremely complicated. It's a very hard concept to understand, very hard to visualize. It took me a while, months to figure this out. You know, back when I was doing Falcon 4.0 Allied Force and stuff, I had to get out of deep stalls and stuff. And yeah, so last thing I would say is, if you're in a deep stall, spinning or not, upright or inverted, doesn't matter, and you go below 7,000 feet above ground level AGO on your rad out, eject, okay? There's no way you're getting out of it at that point. You might be able to get out of it, but it's very, very minimal, because even if you get out of it at 7,000 feet, if you're at like zero, if you're falling like this, you're going to pass 7,000 feet real quick. And then if you go full throttle and stuff, you're going to be probably 500 feet above the ground when you actually recover, and you're pretty much dead. So just eject, okay? In fact, I believe it's protocol to eject. I'm not entirely sure about that. But anyways, that's what a deep stall is, okay? So yeah, I hope that made sense. So back to the simulator. I'm going to go to the simulator now, and I'll show you what this actually looks like. Hey guys, so we're in the cockpit now. So now I'm going to show you what it's actually like being in a deep stall in the F-16 and DCS world, and how to recover from it. Okay, so let me adjust my truck IR real quick, because this is, fuck me, it's annoying. Hold on. Right, so as I started in a hot aircraft, so we can get started, okay? Because I don't want to waste you guys' time. So I'm just going to leave everything as is, and I'm going to get going here. Let's check. Okay. Just going to leave everything as is. I'm going to get going here. So let's go. Oops, there's a sting. About that. So the thing with deep stalls, the thing about deep stalls is they're super fucking dangerous. Like as I've explained, they are super dangerous. I will say that I am not invulnerable. I'm not immortal right now. Just gonna check something. I don't remember what it was. Whatever. I'm not invulnerable, so because I'm gonna show you how dangerous this stuff actually is, how a deep stall actually is. And I did test it, and I can get into a deep stall in the F-16 and DCS world. So, you know. All right, pull up. Gear up. So what we need for a deep stall is altitude. Okay, so we're just going to keep flying forward, gain as much altitude as possible. Okay. Now, let me turn this off. Turn this off while I'm at it. So for a deep stall in the F-16 in DCS world, the way to get into it is basically to go straight up to where your airspeed shows 0. Okay, basically to go straight up and idle power. That's how you get into a deep stall, and it doesn't always work. You may or may not get into a deep stall the first time you try. It really depends. What I will say is, I will look back at the FSCS here, at the flight control system. I will look back at the flight control system, or the elevator, because when you get into a stall, the airplane will the FLCS will take over, and it will prevent me from doing any maneuvers with the elevator or ailerons or anything. In fact, let me real quick put my controls on. Put show controls indicator. I'll do that. Put that on, and then I will go MPO. Line picture override switch. Override a norm, okay? That's what you want. You want to bind this to a key, guys. Bind this to a key. Very important. Let me just test it real quick. Okay. We're going to go to 20,000 feet. 20,000 feet, okay? Get a little bit more power here, up here. I'm going to kind of turn around a little bit. Pop a little bit here. We're going to kind of go in a more of a flatter area over here, okay? So I'm going to do that. I go in more of a flat area, so I can show you this stuff here, what I'm talking about. Now, when you're in a deep stall in the F-16, like I said, the flight control system will take over. It will take over to the point where you have no control over the elevator at all. It will go full down elevator, and it will just keep it like that, and that will just keep you in the deep stall, and it will prevent you from doing any maneuvers. If for whatever reason the roll indicator is back down to where it was. They changed the roll indicator. It's no longer here. It's down here again. Fucking hell. I don't know why they did that. Maybe because of realism. So we're at 20,000 feet, okay? So we're at 20,000 feet. Let me get over the city. I'll go over here a little bit more. And I'll show you how this works, okay? Okay, so for deep stall, as you can see, the jet is flying pretty well right now, right? So it's flying pretty well. It's got airspeed, it's got airflow over the wings. It's good. Okay. Now to create a deep stall, I will show you what happens when you try to create a deep stall, but it doesn't work. Okay. So if you go like here, and you go idle power, 40, 45 degrees, 50 degrees, 55 degrees, you go up here, and you just do idle power, watch what happens, okay? See, now we're in a stall, okay? I'm in a stall, look, fall back, and now the FOCS, look, I'm fall back on the stick right now, nothing's happening, nothing's working with the stick. It's allowing me to go down, but not up, okay, see? See, it took over. Actually, I'm starting to get into a deep. Yeah, there you go. See, now it just took over and didn't allow me to do anything. And now so it took over to allow me to get out of that stall, right? So that can happen. So it took over. That's what I'm talking about when the FOCS takes over. So I couldn't actually do anything, even though the stick was full back. The elevator was doing its own thing. Let me do it outside of the aircraft for you, so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Watch the elevator. Okay. Watch the elevator. So I'm going up like this. Okay. God, that looks cool. Okay. Where'd it fall down? Let's see. See, now it took over, look, see? Look, now it took over. See, now it took over. There you go, see? Now it's going down. I'm full back on the stick right now. Nothing's happening. Now it's going full down for me. Okay? And it's gaining that airspeed. You can see the airspeed down here. Gaining the airspeed for me. See, I can't. It's not allowing me to really have much control until I get enough airspeed to get out of the stall. Okay? So see how that works? See how it took control there? That's what happens, okay? That's what happens. And we lost a lot of altitude there, so let me get some airspeed again, or get some altitude again. Now I'll show you what happens in an actual deep stall, okay? Now you won't be able to see my controls when I go outside on the deep stall, but I will show you how to actually get into a deep stall. So what you need to do is go full burn and pretty much go to 90 degrees, almost 90 degrees, 75, 80, not 85, something like that. There you go, there you go. Now we're pretty much straight up. Now idle power, look. Oh god, we're into an inverted one. Hold on, let me roll the wings. Oh god. There you go. Now we're at 0, okay? Now look. Look. Okay, well that didn't work, okay? That didn't work because our nose is pointing down, okay? So that didn't work. That did not work properly, okay? So let me try again. Sometimes it can be difficult to get into a deep stall. It's a hit and miss situation, okay? Deep stalls are not supposed to happen. Pilots never purposely try to get into a deep stall, even for training, because it's so fucking dangerous, you know? But they're trained how to get out of it in the simulator, okay? So, try again here. Now what I want you to look at, now what I want you to watch is the vertical speed and the vertical altitude and vertical speed, vertical velocity indicator here, okay? I want you, when we're falling, I want you to see how fast we're falling, okay? Alright, so full power. Try not to go over the top, meaning try not to do a flip, okay? Alright, so this is good here. So idle power, there's the stall horn. Now look, FOCS is taking control. I'm going full stick, but look. Look, see? Now it's going full down, see? See that? There you go, there you go. There you go, pull back on the stick to try to get into a deep stall here. Come on, get me into a deep stall, baby. Come on, deep stall, deep stall. Deep stall, deep stall. There you go, deep stall. See how my airspeed's going down? See that there? Trying to force my... Now the FOCS is not... See, it's taking control. See how I'm full back stick, but it's not allowing me to go full back stick? That's what I'm talking about. And now look, I'm oscillating, right? I'm not oscillating right now, but come on, for fuck's sake. Come on. I'm pretty much falling straight down at this point. Okay, well that was not a deep stall really. Let me go full power because I still have enough airflow over the wings. Try again. I'm full burn right now because I want to try to get to a deep stall. Like I said, it's difficult sometimes to get into one. The jet is designed to make sure that you don't get in one, but sometimes it happens, okay? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Try to get out of here. Try to go over here so I don't crash into anyone. Okay, full burn. Get some speed. There you go, so all the way up. Idle power. Like that. Okay. Try that. Idle power, nose down a little bit. There's the stall horn, okay? Try to keep the nose down a little bit so that, okay, look at the airspeed. It's going down, okay? That's what we need to get into a deep stall. And now look. Look at the elevator, okay? It's full down, and I'm going full back stick and it's not allowing me to, right? See that? See, it's trying to get me into, see the FOCS is doing its own thing to try to get me out of it, okay? See that? I'm full back stick. See, now I'm full back stick here. But it's not showing me full back stick because it's not allowing me to be in full back stick, okay? Come on. Come on, I'm trying to get into one here. Now, let me try some oscillation here. Try to get into one here for you. See how it's using rudder too? Actually, the oscillator is keeping me from getting into one. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. So hold on, I need to try again. See, like I said, it's really hard to get into one. I'm gonna go full power like this, lose some altitude, because I'm gonna die in this anyway, because I'm gonna show you how dangerous this is. If I can try to get into one for you. Alright, pull up. And what you can do sometimes is go full back stick like that. But you don't want... There you go. Oh god, I might get into the spinning one. One upside down one. No, not an upside down one, not right now. Please. There you go. See how it's full back? Come on, come on, come on. Get me into one. For fuck's sake. I was able to do this before. Now I can't. How come I can't get into this right now? See, the FOCS is preventing me from going full back stick. See that? It doesn't want me to get into a stall. See, now it's going down like that. There you go. There you go. See, it's starting. Come on, oscillate, please. Let me do the speed brakes. Come on. Why is this so hard to get into one right now? Okay, let me try again. Let me try at lower altitude. Try this at lower altitude. A bit lower altitude. Like that. There you go. There you go, that's a departure. That's a departure right there. Come on. Come on, FOCS. Can you be a piece of shit just for once and not work like you're supposed to? Damn it. That's just a regular stall there. Damn it. Oh, this might be one. No. No. Like I said, it's really hard. The jet makes it super difficult to get into one in the first place, but sometimes it happens. I did it so for the thumbnail for the video, that was a departure stall, that was a deep stall. I did that the very first try, okay? I did that right after I took off. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, okay? So this is possible. It can happen in DCS. There's your stall horn. Now the elevator will go full down. See? See? I'm full back, but the elevator is full down. See that? Okay. Come on, get me into one. Get me in one. Get me one. See, it's not allowing me to get into one here. Let's see, what if I try this? Well, that only works for down. get into one here? No. So you need to have that oscillation. You need to have that oscillation in order for it to work. Using all my fuel doing this. Trying to get this to work. Let's try again. There. There you go. Alright, roll back, roll back. There you go. This'll do it right here, right here. Oh god, am I in an inverted one? No, not yet. Oh fuck. Yeah, I was almost in an inverted one. Yeah, see, there you go. There's a deep stall right there. See that? See that there? Look, elevator 4 down. Okay. Look, FOCS has full control, but I'm just, look how fast that airspeed, the altitude's going down. Look at that. Look how fast it's going down. Okay. See, my airspeed's staying the same. Okay. It's not going up much. This is a departure stall. Look at the elevator. Okay. See how I'm trying to do movements, but it's not working. Okay. This is a deep stall. Okay. This is what it looks like. This is a upright, non-spinning deep stall. This is what I was talking about. Okay. See, look. Look at my control movements. I'm trying to do everything. I can't do anything. Okay. I'm pretty much dead. And full power doesn't do shit. Look. Full power just makes it worse. It just fucks it up and makes it even worse. See? Doesn't actually do anything. And you're pretty much a sitting duck. See? You're pretty much dead, look. There's nothing you can do if you're in this. So you either eject or try to get out of it. And at this point, you're at 2,000 feet, you ain't getting out of it. So you need to eject. But as you can see, this is a full departure here. This is what it looks like. You're pretty much dead. So, yeah. So you're pretty much dead because if you're trusting the flight control system, because like I said, the flight control system screwed up everything. Okay. I got a failure. How'd I get failures? Oh shit, I got some failures in the F-16. Oh shit, I didn't know I could get failures in the F-16. I need to turn the thing off then, so they don't get failures. Let me do that real quick. Unless this veers off. I don't know that would happen. But anyways, that's what happens in a deep store, okay? Let me just load this real quick. Ah, god damn it, I gotta restart it. Ending point. Okay, that's good. Do F-16C. Where's it? F-16CM. Okay, good, let's go. So yeah, that's what a deep store looks like. That's what it does. That's super fucking dangerous. That's why it's so dangerous, because you saw how fast the altitude was going down, how fast I was losing altitude, and even full afterburner just made it worse, as you saw. So there was no need to do full afterburner, because it doesn't do jack shit. All it does is bob you up and down a little bit. But actually, in reality, that's what you want. But, you know, so in reality, just doing that is not going to do anything. As you can see, I tried and it didn't work. So that's what happens when you have the then you let the flight control system take over, okay? Now, so now I'm going to show you how to get out of it, okay? God, we're going fast. Anyways, let's do it. So let's get some altitude here. Let's get some good altitude. And I decided I will not try to do an inverted. I'll try to do an inverted non-spinning deep store for you if I can do that, okay? But I'm not going to do spinning deep stores. Again, the only thing you need to remember in spinning deep stores is if it's upright like this, okay? If it's upright like this and you're spinning, let's say to the right, then you need to go full left rudder, okay? But if you inverted and you're spinning this way to the right, then you need to go full right rudder. You're spinning to the right, then you need to go full right rudder in order to counter the spin, okay? So keep that in mind. But that's the only difference, and then obviously you try to oscillate, okay? But I will show you, you try to oscillate the aircraft and get that nose pointed down, okay? I'm going to try to do an upright non-spinning and an inverted non-spinning for you. If I can't get an inverted non-spinning done for you, if I can't get that to work, then, you know, I can't get it to work. But I can definitely show you how to get out of a upright non-spinning, okay? So let's get some altitude. Let's get some little bit of burn here so we can expedite this a little bit. And I just checked today, and I haven't seen any videos on deep stores. I've seen like videos on deep store, people practicing it and shit, but no one actually going over what a deep store is, you know, and the different types, and you know you know, different types of deep stores, different versions of it, and how to get out of them. You know, I haven't seen that, so that's why I'm doing this for you guys. Alright, so let's try a depart here. It's called a departure, when a deep store departure, when you lose full control of the aircraft. It's called a departure, okay? So idle power, let's do this. There's the store horn. Come on, I don't want to go inverted. No, not inverted. Not right now. There you go. There you go, see that? There you go. Look at that, see? There's the departure. Hey, did it first try. Look at that, see? See how it's oscillating up and down like that? Okay? So, see how it's oscillating up and down like that? What we need to do is go to the manual pitch override switch right down here that you binded. Flip that to override. Hold it. Okay? Now you have full control of your elevator. So now, what you need to do, if you let go of it, it will go back and screw you up. So, what you need to do is, you can see, if you do the manual pitch override, elevator gives you control, okay? Gives you full control if you go to override. So what you need to do, you need to hurry this up. What you need to do is, as the nose goes up, back. Oh shit, I forgot my controls. Sorry guys. I'll do vector for that. Alright, as the nose goes down, up, back stick, okay? Down. Oops. Manual pitch override. So up, down. Okay, try to get that nose down like that. Okay, see? Now the nose is down. Okay, let go of the manual pitch override. Okay, roll upright. Okay, now pull back on the stick. Now you're good. Okay, that's how you get out of a deep stall. Okay, but remember that manual pitch override switch. It's super fucking important, guys. Super important. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that there. Okay. Get rid of that real quick. Let's try it again. Okay. I don't know. The game did random system failures. You know, without you actually setting them. I didn't know that. Shit. That's pretty cool. I thought the F-16 does not have failures, but apparently it does. So I'm gonna get full power here. Try to expedite this a little bit. I'm gonna turn left. Try to over this little area here. See how much altitude we lost? I'll do it one more time for an upright, okay? And then I'll do 2 inverted if I can. Inverteds are easier to get out of. But yeah, always watch that HUD, always watch altitude and shit. Remember, below 7,000 feet AGO and you're still in a deep stall, eject. Deep stall with no recovery, no chance of recovery, eject. Alright, so pull back, idle power. I'll show you from this angle. Do a bit like this, okay? See what happens. Oh no, I might get into an inverted one here. So this is what happens, okay? So look at that. Oh god, what is this? There you go. Ah, that didn't work. That one didn't work. Have to try it again. God, that looks awesome. So the minor pitch override doesn't only make it so that you can use the elevator more downwards, but it also makes it so that the elevator, so that you have control over the flight control system, okay? That's the most important thing. It gives you control back, okay? Try this again. gonna depart here. Yep, that's a departure. See how the elevators fall down like that? Yep, that's a departure. See that? So minor pitch override. I know it's a minor pitch override. Oscillating up, try to roll the aircraft. Okay, down, try to roll it left. Get that nose down, back, down. Try to get that nose down. Roll the aircraft, inverted if you can. There you go, now you're down. Let go of the minor pitch override. Get that speed up. Roll the wings level. Power. And then you fly off. Thank God they fixed the sounds. That's how you do that, okay? That's an upright, non-spinning deep stall, okay? Now I need to give it some power here because I'm starting to... Well, actually I'm okay, but... So you really need to play with it. Watch my controls, guys. Just watch my controls. Watch my controls and try to understand what I'm doing, when and why, okay? That's super important. Let me get some altitude again. Try to get away from... some civilization here. Go over here a little bit. A little bit of burn so I can get some power. Now I'm going to try to get into an inverted non-spinning and try to get out of that for you. I'll try to get out of 2 for you if I can. But like I said, you need a lot of altitude for this shit, okay? Now getting into an inverted is kind of tricky. I don't even know if I can do it, to be honest. Let's go straight up here. Let's wait for it to depart. Like that. Wait for it to depart like that. Does this work? This works? It put me nose down, so it didn't even put me in an actual stall like that. This is not going to work. Well, it might. Fucking hell. I can't do it. I can't seem to do an inverted deep stall. But basically, what if you were to, for whatever reason, get into an inverted deep stall? What you would need to do is, again, I'll just show you here. As the nose bobs up, you go 4 forward on the stick. As the nose bobs down, you go 4 back on the stick, and you go, I can't do it, up, down, down, up, down, like that, okay? And if you're spinning, remember, if you're spinning to the right, full right rudder, inverted if you're in an inverted deep stall. If you're on an upright spinning deep stall, spinning to the right, then you would do full left rudder. So again, upright deep stall, upright spinning deep stall, opposite. Push the rudder pedal in the opposite direction to the spin. If it's an inverted deep stall, spinning deep stall, then push the rudder pedal in the same direction as the spin. Okay, remember that's the most important thing you got to remember. Okay. So just to show you, if you're quick, you can get out of a deep stall. You have to get out of it as quick as you can. Okay. But yeah, like I said, bind it to a key, okay? Bind MPO switch to a key. Full burn here. Kind of losing control of the aircraft a little bit. Alright, 18,000 feet, let's do it, okay? Regular, upright, non-spinning deep stall, okay? Alright, this is not going to work. Shit. Well, it might. What's my airspeed? No, it's not going to work. I'm losing so much fucking fuel doing this. One more time getting out of it. Upright non-spinning. Alright. 12,000 feet. Let's go up to 15,000 feet AGO. Actually, I'll do 20. There you go. So out of power, get into that deep stall. Watch my controls, okay? Watch my controls. We're getting to a departure here, so watch my controls. Ah, fuck. It didn't work. Maybe it did. It worked? No, it didn't. Damn it. Let's try it again. So like I said, the FOCS and the F-16 is good. It's really, really, really good. It tries to prevent you from getting into departure stalls. Oh. Okay, there you go. There you go, okay, 9-degree angle. It's going full down, but it's not working, and you're losing altitude. See? God. Trying to get into a stall here. Damn it, it didn't work. Come on, one more departure stall. Fucking hell. One thing, DCS. I'm asking for one thing. One thing. One more departure stall, please. One more deep stall. I might get into an inverted one here. Actually. for the wings, come on. Fucking hell, it got me out of it. No, not over the top. There you go. There's a departure stall. There's a departure right there. See that? There's a departure. So, again, MPO on. Lower that nose. Raise the nose. Lower the nose. Get that nose down. Okay? Get that nose down. Like that. Okay? Now, let that airspeed go up. Now, look at my stick. Just a little bit of back pressure. Okay? Just a little bit of back pressure. And then you're out of it. Okay? So that's how you get out of deep stores. So let me, real quick, undo that, show, no, manual pitch override, Charlie, get rid of that. I really shouldn't get rid of that, but, you know, that's me being a dumbass. You guys should keep it bound, sorry. So that's how you get out of deep stores, guys. I know it was long, I know it was complex. I can't seem to get into an inverted deep store, but again, you know, if that happens, just do the same procedure. Get that nose down. If you have a spin, stop it. Stop the spin first. And sometimes you can even try to use the spin to try to oscillate the wings and get the nose down pointed to the ground. See, like if you see, if I'm here and I roll 90 degrees, nose starts pointing down to the ground. See that? So if you're doing this, try to roll it like this, so that way that nose comes down like that, and then this happens, and then you can roll out to correct altitude, you know, roll angle, and then you can pull out. Okay. Remember, don't yank back on the stick like this when you're trying to recover, okay? Because you're getting to another stall. But yeah, that's how you do it, guys. So, I hope you enjoyed. I'm just going to leave it off here. You know, mostly because I started in a hot jet and I don't know what switches have been changed and shit. So, I'd rather just, you know, despawn, you know. Rather than try to land the jet and try to figure out what's been changed or whatever. But yeah, that's all for this part, guys. If you'd like to smash like button like a badass, leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time. Farewell.